tremendous looking trophy.
Welcome to Platinum Explosion, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Tom Blight, and joining me as always, Ashley Holdler.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here because we're really close to PS5.
We are.
It's like only a week, 2 weeks away.
It's like
something like
two
that.
and a bit, like couple days, I guess. Was it? Like I don't know. I don't have an official. Hold on, I think I got it on my phone. Like I think I put it into. I just knocked my mic down. Sorry, audio listeners. But I think I put a like a. Hold on, I can get an official countdown. I got this. Put this at 17 days today. So Wednesday this comes.
15.
So 15 days by the time this comes out, I guess. Yeah. Right, maths.
Maths.
See, I got this like a little app thing. Video viewers can see your face in my phone also. So I currently have in here for things to look forward to. AEW Full Gear, 13 days. Xbox launch, I'm sorry, I know it's a PlayStation podcast, but that's 15 days. And the PS5 launch is in 17 days. And then below that, long service leave, 300 and something days. Not that I'm counting till the big payout, but all right, so yeah, PlayStation stuff like that. So this week it's a quiet before the storm. There's not too much news stories to go over. I feel like I've got a bunch of news stories in here, but none of it's like we're not going to discuss much of it.
We can also confirm that PlayStation have not sent us PS5.
Yes, we're happy to confirm that they did send us a console.
That's fine.
As of recording. Yeah, just
because it would ruin the launch day if we got it early, I think.
It's true.
You wouldn't appreciate the launch day as much.
It's true. I guess that's once you've made it, like proper made it, and you get stuff like consoles early, you don't get to enjoy the communal
Little things.
Launch day feeling, I guess, of stuff. That's a very good point. Very good point. No,
yeah.
Totally just trying to cover up any and all FOMO with with all
Although
of this.
it's been fun to see, obviously mainly people over in the US getting their boxes of stuff. Interesting to see not everybody getting the same amount of stuff. Like I know Keely got everything, like all the accessories and everything, but I don't think everybody got that box. Also, handle for the win.
I found it very weird. I gotta be honest.
What?
Like, Keely posted a video where he had the console sitting in the middle of the street, and he filmed the zoom, like he walks towards it, puts some music, and like intercut it to him like carrying the box inside and all this other sort of stuff. I'm like, can you imagine where you not only receive the console early, but you have so much free time that before even opening it, you can go sit out in the street and film fucking videos like that.
He could have taken it out of the box.
Oh,
I probably would have. I wouldn't have run the risk.
Secrets. I mean, that's possible.
Because the second you do that, you walk away, car comes along.
Don't know. It depends. Maybe he lives in a secret
private estate,
gated community because he's
a gated community.
Yeah, got that Jeff Keighley money. I don't know.
You have to go through so many castles to get to Jeff Keighley's place. Yeah.
There you go. Secret. There's a video game right there.
Well, I mean, he lives in an underground bunker, if you believe Death Stranding. So
it's true. By the way, I don't have any here, but shout outs to Kojima, who apparently has his next games in production or about to start production. So there was some news story about that. I'm going to spoil one of my predictions. Well, no, I am. I'm going to spoil. So in the Arcade Couch in a couple of weeks, I'm going to say it right now. I'm straight away going to blow one of my predictions that Jeff Keighley has Kojima come on the Game Awards and announce his new game. Even though it's been and by announce his new game, I mean he got a bunch of mocap actors together and filmed a animated,
teaser.
like a cutscene for it, basically, because that's all it would be. But just saying.
Yep.
Just saying.
So when Kieran steals that for his predictions, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Because he's not listening to this.
He ain't listening.
So he'll think it's an original idea.
His original idea, as of now. I think I'm the first person to say that because no one else is doing their predictions this early. All right, so before we jump into some news stories, though, want to run down the official launch day / week of games that are coming to your PlayStation 5 console and get our final thoughts on what ones we're going to be getting or what ones. So let's have it as a yes, I'll be playing that launch day. Probably play that launch week. Would like to get that in the first month, or don't care. Like I feel like that's the kind of 4 options I feel for most of the games, I guess. So, all right, so let's run down the first party titles first. So your first party game is Astro's Playroom. This is obviously an easy one. It's coming to your PlayStation 5 for free. It'd be included on the console, so you'll have no reason to not play it, I guess. I find this an interesting one because although it's like you could pull this off as it's a demo, like who cares, whatever. This is probably one of the PS5 games I'm actually most excited about, like legit excited about, because of how much I liked Astro's. What the fuck is? What was the VR?
Astrobot.
Astrobot.
Astro's Retrobot.
I'm getting all the Astro names confused, but yeah,
Astrobot Rescue Mission.
Yeah. How much I love the VR game. So, and this just looks like a fun. As I said, it's about 4 hours, probably to platinum it. So it's like a 3 to 4 hour enjoyable platinum, probably that'll showcase all features of the PS5. So that'll be fun. I'm definitely playing this launch day, I would say. Maybe not all of it, but I'm probably going to play at least like a little bit as soon as I can. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I definitely will try it out, I suspect. And one, it's free. And I mean, that's the major selling point, I think. Interesting conundrum. Do you reckon you'll be able to uninstall it?
I'm going
to reinstall it down the future? Do you reckon it'll get tied? It'll just tie it to your account or something?
Yeah, I reckon you'll be able to uninstall it because,
or there'll just be a free download or something.
Yeah, it would be silly for them to not let you uninstall. Isn't that the same as what was on there's a couple like PS4 apps that come pre-installed. I think you can uninstall like stuff if you turn on your console. So I'd expect it to be the same. Second game, Demon's Souls. So Blue Point's remake of the classic PS3 game that started the Soulsborne craze, obviously. I'm going to say for you straight away, this is you're not planning on getting this full stop vote. I am going to be wanting to get this. I don't know if it's a day one though. It's hard. Like I struggle because I am looking forward to playing it because it's obviously the start of the whole Soulsborne thing, and I still think it's one of the best looking trailers they've shown off. Like I love that last trailer we got for it, but at the same time, I'm very much like, is getting angry and wanting to break my DualSense something I want to do on day one?
Yeah,
like does that sound like a fun time for launch day, especially when we think about the other games? So I'm going to say it's at least something I'm going to play week one. I am not 100% sure if it's something I'll be playing on launch day, though. So obviously the next game is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. And if you want to include it in this part of the conversation, obviously if you buy the Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales, you do get the remaster of Marvel's Spider-Man. The only way you can get that, in case you've somehow missed that memo, you will not be able to buy that off the PlayStation Store separately or anything like that. So just make sure you're up to date and aware of all that. But obviously Miles Morales, I feel like this is the game that everyone's... If anyone's buying a PS4 and there's one game that like 90% of people are probably picking up on day one, it has to be Miles Morales, surely. Like we're both getting this, we're both playing this day one. Yep. I feel like it's going to be the most played launch day game, yeah?
Absolutely. It's going to be the highest selling launch game of this generation.
Which is... and then another interesting question is the fact that it's on PS4 as well. I'll be interested to see how those numbers, if they put them out there, like... Because there's going to be a lot of people that don't have PS5s, obviously. You know? And so you're still going to have everyone picking it up on PS4, even though they may be getting like a January PS5. Are they just going to be like, fuck it, I can't be bothered waiting, and they'll buy it on PS4? Or
I feel
wait?
Maybe. I feel like I think they'll wait until they see reviews and that kind of thing, and then FOMO will hit and they'll buy it. Especially if they don't care about the remaster. I think then they'll just pick it up on PS4 because you can always play it on PS5. I believe the saves for the Miles Morales will carry across.
I don't know. Well, that's actually a tricky question. I know the Ultimate stuff doesn't, so I'm not 100% sure. I don't have.
I would assume like the actual.
Don't say that when it comes to Sony. Don't say you assume anything when it comes to.
It would be no. I was going to say it'd be smart, but yeah.
I guess the other thing for people who may want to wait, or especially if they only have to wait like a month for the PS5, if they or maybe if they even like if you go December, January console, is it like, well, the game's story and characters are still great, like you can play it on PS4, but like is the game going to get much higher scores on PS5 because people like the ray tracing and whatever else just makes it next level, and obviously you won't have that on PS4. I don't know. Like obviously the gameplay is going to be the same. It's still going to look beautiful. Play the Marvel Spider-Man on PS4 looked great, especially if you had a PS4 Pro, obviously. But it's just the ray tracing that may make a big effect, and obviously the load times. Like how big of effect does load times have on your enjoyment of a game? I don't know. Interesting. That's definitely what you're playing when you grab your PS5, though, isn't it? You're gonna
absolutely, yeah.
Come home, stick that in, off you go. Yeah. All right. So the next game is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. So this is the game that was obviously included in the background of the UI reveal. And I say that's like a secret thing about the UI reveal, the fact that we got to see a little bit more of gameplay for this game, because we hadn't really seen much. Yep. And that the UI was like, oh, secretly here's some little Big Planet stuff. I'm super keen for this game. Obviously, this is like a 3D platformer. You can play. I don't know if this has been clarified somewhere or not, if you can play online co-op or not, but if there is online co-op, I think that's probably what the game's been designed for, because they've shown off co-op before. They revealed the game with co-op. So I'm hoping it has online co-op. That's a next-gen feature, isn't it? Like we can have online co-op and doesn't just have to be split screen co-op. It's interesting that the PS5 is launching with a little Big Planet game. I mean, that's like interesting world we live in. But nonetheless, I'm excited for this. I'm going to be honest. I reckon this is day one. I reckon, like, if I'm I want to try a little bit of everything and whatever else. Like, I reckon I could dive into this, play a couple levels, and be like, yeah, that's fun, and then go back to like Spider-Man, or especially if I want to break up some sorts of things. But I'm pretty excited for this. I like Sackboy. I like these platformers. This seems like a fun, hopefully easy platinum as well. But yeah, how about, are you getting this? Do you care about this? Or?
Maybe. I'll probably pick it up for PS4.
Right?
Yeah.
Why?
Just so I'm giving my brother probably my PS4 after, so you can be able to play it. I'll be able to play it on PS5, but yeah, it'll be there for him to play on PS4 if he wants to.
There's the secrets. That's an interesting scenario, actually. Yeah, buy it on PS4. That's something we haven't really thought about. So if you own, like, imagine if you weren't smart about it and you brought the PS5 copy, but then you're like, oh, I gave my PS4 to my younger brother. He wants to play it, but I brought the PS5 version, so now I'm fucked. There's like no way to down.
Why would you when it's $20 cheaper on PS4?
Yeah. But it's weird that there's like, you can dig yourself into a hole there. Like buying the PS5 version kind of blocks you off, whereas buying the PS4 version is cheaper and also you get a free upgrade.
Gives you more options, yeah.
Yeah. And it's going to, I know for someone like me, I feel like I would get annoyed knowing I have PS4 games still sitting around, even if, like, because you still have to put the PS4
you
disc
don't care.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd have this PS4 case sitting around, especially if I'm like, it's my PS5 game, but it's a PS4 case. It would just kind of irk me a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is the first party collection of titles that you'll be able to play on day one. So yeah, I feel like everyone's going to pick up Spider-Man.
A few of those, yeah. There's a few there.
There's some good stuff there. And now there is a few things run free for third party. Some of this is new games or stuff that's actually coming out this week. Some of it is free upgrade stuff that's launching alongside the console. So the first thing is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which actually comes out on the 10th, I think, alongside
Monday?
the Xbox. Is a launch day. Yeah. And so you can pick it up for PS4 on that day, I think, like the 10th. And it's a free upgrade.
Yeah.
But your save, I don't think. I think
Yeah.
your save's up shit creek, so I don't know. Do you care about this Assassin's Creed?
Maybe down the line. I don't think it.
Launch week's a bit much.
Yeah, I don't think I need miles, and I'll probably still be finishing off Watch Dogs Legion, which we'll probably be talking about in a sec.
Yeah.
So,
good point. Yeah. This falls into an awkward position where after playing Odyssey this year, I'm kind of more keen for this than I would have been if I hadn't. Like, got me a bit more intrigued in Assassin's Creed again. But it's like everything on. Am I playing this on launch day? No way. Like, there's all this other stuff. I would say if I'm going to play it, it would fall into like that launch month, like sometime in November. I don't think it would be the first week. As you said, it's like you got Spider-Man and whatever else, but I definitely wouldn't pick it up on PS4 launch day either, though. So don't know. Next thing was Borderlands 3 is getting a free upgrade, or you can buy it again, however you want to go about it. But if you own Borderlands 3 on PS4, you will be able to play that on your PS5 launch day.
upgraded.
Free upgrade, which is good. It's got carries over your save and everything, I think, as far as I was aware, so go crazy. Bug Snacks is, of course, a PlayStation 5 launch title. Comes out on PC as well, but and PS4, but it is launching on November 12th, so obviously really excited about that. I will be playing this day one if I haven't played it already, is how I'll word. I'm hoping I'll have played it ahead of time, if you get what I'm putting
Out there.
Yeah. I'm hoping I'll have already played it and reviewed it for the site prior, which potentially means I actually have to play it on PC. But do we got to do it for the bug snacks, you know?
Yeah. Who wants to wait for bug snacks?
Are you planning?
Don't look a bug snack in the mouth.
Wow, jeez, what the?
A gift bug snack in the mouth.
What do you reckon? Are you? When's your bug snacks?
I'll probably pick this up unless reviews are suddenly very mixed, which I don't think there will be. I'll be pretty keen to check it out. So
I feel like
again, maybe depending on price point, I feel like is the other thing.
I think you can look on the Epic Game Store. It's only like, I can't remember. I think it's. I might be talking out of my ass, but I feel like I've seen it like that around that $30 to $40 range. So is that too expensive or?
No, that's not too bad then. But you know, it's a PS5 game, and everything's on PS5 has been more expensive. So
yeah, I don't know. Does it get the PS5 tax? Maybe.
Yeah.
I will be annoyed if it's an easy platinum though. At which stage I probably wouldn't rebuy it because I'll have already so much other stuff to play. I'm not going to replay it on PC. But
down the line,
it would be like, that's surely a PlayStation Plus game, and that's a platinum later.
So, down the line, yeah, it would be.
So number one, Destiny 2 Beyond Light is going to be available launch day. If you get a free upgrade if you're already on Beyond Light on PS4. So this is where it's confusing because it's like Destiny 2 is technically the base thing's free. So I assume that will also be free on PS5. But then if you get Beyond Light, you get upgraded to Beyond Light for free. I don't know. It's kind of confused me for a hot second. Destiny confuses me because I don't keep up with its shit, I guess. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is out on launch day.
An option.
I'm going to put this as a maybe. It depends. Like I never played it when it launched, and I've been like half interested in it. So like maybe launch month. Depends. It really any of these ones I'm saying launch month is like highly dependent on how fast or I get through other games and like clear through. I don't know. Next one, I'm keen for. I kind of wish its save system wasn't fucked though, which is Dirt 5. So Dirt 5 obviously comes out next week as of recording, like late next week on PS4 and the old current gen consoles, obviously. But your save will not carry over to PS5. Well, the only thing this save carries over is your playground maps, the player creator stuff. So it's like, why would I play it on PS4? There's absolutely no fucking reason to. That's ridiculous. But I'm pretty excited for this game because it basically seems like it's Forza, but I can play it on my PlayStation to a degree, which makes sense because I didn't realize until last week or whatever when I was reading an article about it. I can't remember who was writing it, but I was reading some article where they were talking about the team that's developing this one, like this particular Codemasters team or whatever, and it's like made up from people that made that mental blank on the game. But there was that game that really it's made up by people who made Drive Club, and also that one that came out a couple of years ago, racing thing. Like Everland, Ghost something. I don't know. It was like it had like bikes and cars and all sorts of stuff, and it seemed like sort of.
Oh, no, the Ubisoft one.
No.
Anyway,
I had it right tip. Anyway, so it's made up by. It's not the Codemasters team because when you watch the trailer, it just says Codemasters, and all this time I'd just been assuming it was just, of course, one Codemasters team. I never realized there was multiple Codemasters teams. And like Dirt 4 was developed by a certain group, and that's why it was more simmy, like proper Dirt game. Whereas this one's being developed by a group of people who come off more sort of fun racing games, and that's why Dirt 5 has a completely different vibe. And I never realized there was multiple Codemasters teams working on multiple titles, but there you go. There's always something to learn about the video game world.
Onrush?
It turns out. Sorry? Oh, that's it. Onrush. That's it. Onrush. You remember seeing that one? Like it got decent reviews, but kind of just went under everyone's radar. I remember going, that looks fun, but didn't play it.
I think it was a PS Plus game.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I've got it from PS Plus, but I still haven't played it. But apparently, so it's like a lot of that team, and then some people who worked on Drive Club back in the day are working on this game.
A lot of people from Evolution Studios.
Yep. So it's like those people got together and they've made Dirt 5, which is like, and you can kind of tell if you look at Onrush and everything they were trying to do with that game, it's like, okay, with Dirt 5, they've kind of continued on the similar sorts of systems and having different vehicles and the fun vibe or whatever. So, interesting. Next game, Dirt 5. Do you care about Dirt 5?
No.
Next game is Fortnite. So obviously Fortnite will be available day one. I'm not installing Fortnite, whatever. So, are you installing Fortnite on your PlayStation 5?
I mean, maybe. See what's happening in Fortnite. I see all these superheroes going around.
And then Ghostbusters or whatever.
Maybe they look good.
I keep it installed on my PC now in case I ever need to attend a Travis Scott concert, but or what have you.
Other than that, yeah.
Next game on the list is Godfall. So obviously the game that we've had a very up-down relationship with, I feel. But so it is
exactly in that order.
Yeah. Looter slasher or whatever the fuck they call it.
It was a melee looter.
Which I feel like sometimes I've watched gameplay videos and gone, that looks interesting. And then other times they've shown off gameplay like they did a month ago, and I was like, this looks very boring. Very, very tumultuous relationship I'm having with this game. Do you care about this at all in this world we're living in now?
No.
No? Big old no?
Big old no.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
Unless something happens to make me care about it, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it is just going to be a generic
thing. Yeah.
Experience.
Yeah. I'm sticking in the I need someone to tell me this is good or
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say I'm super excited, no. Next game is Just Dance 2021. If anyone cares, that'll be available day one if you would like to play Just Dance. NBA 2K21 will also be available.
Can I play Just Dance with my PS4 camera?
Uh,
if I get the adapter. that we still don't know how to get.
Let's assume so. NBA 2K21 available. Are you getting NBA 2K21 on your PS5? No, fuck that. Yeah.
No.
You don't want to watch those.
No
you
rush.
don't want to watch ads for video games while you're playing video games. Love that.
No, not really. It's it's an odd one because like as in the lead up, like as games load, they've got their 2K TV thing that they do before, so now they've added ads to that instead.
Which they were like, it was a
prior
mistake.
to that.
Just accidentally add ads to your game.
Was it though?
No, I don't think it was.
I mean, I can understand like if it was like one ad at the start.
I wouldn't.
You know, at like at the first time you play for the day, because every time the first time you load it up, because each time the video starts, and then you go to another match, it continues on from that point. You know what I mean?
But why are you getting ads in your video game that you pay money for?
You could just have like, I mean, that's a worst case scenario. I mean, they've got Gatorade and Beats and all these other things already in the game. So, I mean, I'm sure they've got a bunch of advertising money from that. So,
I think it's different to have like product placement in the game where like, you have like athletes wearing stuff, or there's ads on the the bollards
on the
whatever you want.
In the actual stadium.
In the stadium. Yeah. I feel like that's been around since the heyday of video games, and that's kind of the give.
That's a realism thing.
It's realistic, and it's a way for them to put ads in the game at the same time. So you're like, whatever. Them sticking and having you actually watch ads in loading screens, that's like the step where I'm like, no, that's just...
Especially when loading screens should be very short.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good point. Coming to next gen, fucking NBA 2K has the longest loading time because they make you watch ads. Next game on the list is... it's like technically a new game, but it's also like a remaster. So you got Observer System Redux, which is Bloober Team's cyberpunk investigative horror sort of game. I don't know, like it's not really a horror game, but like so it is. Anyway, so System Redux is completely reworked visuals. They've added like ray tracing. They've updated lots of lighting. They've updated lots of the core elements of the game. If you watch the video trailer, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, I have it up now, but like it's one of those things where if you watch this a trailer for it and you don't see the old footage next to new footage, you may not realize just how much work has gone into this. But the game looks literally night and day compared to the original release, which is something considering the original only came out like 2 years ago or something like that. So, but they've completely reworked the game for the power of next gen and whatever, and it really looks like the way they wanted the game to look originally. You know, like obviously cyberpunk aesthetic with the new footage. They've got a lot more. The lighting look is more cyberpunky. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot more in. I never played this when it was released. I was always intrigued. I played a demo for it. It's called. Obviously, it's Rutger Hauer. Also does the voice of the main dude you play in it. So interesting. And then the last game on the launch day from third parties is Watch Dogs Legion will be available for you to play. Of course, Watch Dogs Legion actually releases on tomorrow.
Thursday.
As of you're listening to this. If you're listening to this release day, it's out on Thursday. So that's for current gen consoles, obviously. You do get a free upgrade to your PS5 version. I'm not 100% sure on the save situation for Watch Dogs, though. So
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere it's okay.
It's okay. I would hope
I'll be sure to let you know.
Yeah. So you're obviously picking this up on this week for PS4. Yeah. How do you feel? Like, how's your? It's weird to say mental state, but how are you feeling about playing this on current gen hardware now, knowing it's only a couple weeks away from being able to upgrade? If your save data transfers over, do you reckon you're just going to play it normally, and then even if you finished it, you'll just upgrade to have a fuck around, or maybe if you're close to the platinum, go back in to clean up that way? Or do you reckon if you finish it on PS4, you'll just be like, I don't care, I won't go back?
Yeah, I'll probably give it a go in PS5 at least
to try it out.
I'm sure I can go back and like recruit random people if do these kind of missions, assuming I'm still having a good time. So hopefully I get it finished before the PS5 to be perfectly honest. So they can just jump straight into Miles Morales and go hardcore.
I would assume you would. What else are you going to be playing for that last 2 weeks?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I've got other commitments. So, I've got these podcasts to record. I've got work. Ugh. And then movies and stuff that I need to watch for what do you want to watch and stuff. Yeah.
Feels. You should be right. Just don't get too sidetracked by the side missions, and maybe you'll be okay.
Listen, I'll need to recruit every single old person possible in this game.
I think that's what a lot of people are going to be trying to do. All right, so that is the third-party launch day stuff. Now, just a couple more titles on the launch window. So, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War releases November 13th. So,
a month later.
Oh, I should have moved this up to the October, but this is launch
it is
week,
actually.
Sorry. Call of Duty is launch week.
The day after launch.
Quite a weird one. I don't know. I kind of feel like they should just move its release date up so it either hit alongside the Xbox or the PlayStation, but whatever. I'll be picking this up. I feel like it's Call of Duty.
Really?
I've got it
even though you didn't like the beta?
Yeah, but I'm going to play it anyway. Like I didn't like the beta. That was a beta. That was one mode. They could have tweaked a lot of things I don't like. Hopefully they have, obviously, I don't know. And it's Call of Duty campaign, first Call of Duty on next gen hardware. The last Call of Duty on PS4 last year looked so fucking good just on that console. It was kind of shocking how good that game actually looks. So I'm expecting big things from this one, even though it's from a different development team, obviously. So I'm hoping, as silly as I think the story has been set up so far for the campaign for this game so far, I'm hoping it's at least somewhat silly and enjoyable, or at least visually appealing. And then, obviously I'll dive into the multiplayer for a little bit. Hopefully it's good. Obviously I didn't love the beta, but I'll be getting it anyway. Then you got Mortal Kombat Ultimate. It's coming out November 17th. This is, you get DLC characters, you go crazy, go mad. Mortal Kombat.
You get Rambo, right?
Yeah, Rambo. Get Rambo in the game.
Rambo.
And then a couple weeks, of course, after the launch of all the consoles, you have Immortals Phoenix Risings coming out for everything. Jane, you'll be picking this up?
Maybe. I think it might be hitting at a reasonable time, and there seems to be some positive buzz around it. Well, there were a lot of previews in the last week, so
yeah. I guess the key thing is so consoles, PS5 November 12th, Cyberpunk's November 19th or whatever it is. I can't remember now.
It's the next week.
Week after. It's it's literally a week after. So then you'll have. This is December 3rd, so you'll have 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks to finish Cyberpunk potentially before playing Phoenix. So I mean, maybe it depends how long Cyberpunk is. More importantly, you have a week. You have a week to finish Miles Morales before Cyberpunk is though. So,
I mean, Cyberpunk's great, but you've got to remember I've got to fit in Yakuza Like a Dragon in there as well.
Oh, yeah, I don't have it on the list because it's not a
because it's not a
PS5 game.
PS5 game, yeah.
Rip. So Ride 4 comes out January 21st if you're excited for that, and Hitman 3 comes out January at some point. And I will. Yep. I reckon that's the Hitman I'll be getting, because as much as I missed out on playing Hitman 2, doesn't matter. They're giving it to you in Hitman 3, so they get excited. And then we won't spend long on this, but just a list of stuff that's supposedly coming sometime soon, hopefully. So you got obviously the Control Ultimate Edition, Cyberpunk 2077 will get a free upgrade. They haven't said when that'll come, the PS5 version, but it's coming. Doom Eternal is getting a PS5 version, which will have a free upgrade at some point. FIFA 21 is getting a version. I assume that would have just been ASAP, but I
would have to be day one.
Yeah,
but
couldn't find anything.
I don't know if there's a PS5 version you can buy
yet.
Yes.
So some games become quite confusing. Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously they announced that enhanced edition. They still haven't given the release date for that. Marvel's Avengers is going to get a free upgrade. They recently announced they got pushed, but pushed to when, from when, we don't actually know. Either way, it's a free upgrade for PS4 owners if you already own it. Outriders is coming to PS5, obviously. Excited to learn more about that and hopefully get a good date soon. Overcooked All You Can Eat, which is here's everything of Overcooked all in one, both games. Let's go crazy. They still haven't have a release date for that, but they said it's supposed to be this year, so maybe a December thing. Paradise Lost is a PS5 game that's supposed to be coming soon as well. So maybe late December, I don't know. Pure Tetris 2 is supposed to be this year as well. Rainbow Six Siege is supposed to be on your PS5 consoles as a free upgrade, carry over all your progress, everything like that. They haven't given a date yet. Elder Scrolls Online is getting a free upgrade if you're playing that, and all your progress and your save files and etc. carries over from PS4. And then finally, Warframe is getting a PS5 version, and yes, all your progress and whatever is supposed to carry over as well. So that is your as of recording, and I highly doubt much is going to change in the last couple of weeks. I feel like that's why I'm doing it now instead of next week, because I was like,
there might be like a couple of extra things added, like, hey, we're gonna have an upgrade, especially a lot of for service games.
Yeah,
like I fully expect Apex to.
Yeah, they still saying
probably in the next week. Yeah. I believe their season's about to finish in the next week or two, so maybe lines up launch with
hopefully
a PS5 version.
Anyway, we're just playing the PS4 version on the PS5.
Yeah.
And see if it loads faster. I don't know. All right, let's run down some news stories for this week. So firstly, in case you somehow missed it, PS5s are in the wild. A bunch of influencers and media, of course, as we was hinting at the start of the episode, have their PS5s, mostly US-based outlets. Lots of people on Twitter just posting pictures to show you how cool they are. People taking pictures of the boxes next to animals and other things so you can see how big they are and etc. etc. There wasn't too much to take away from this whole thing, although Press Start had a story up that said the PS5 box has provided PS4 to PS5 transfer details. So I don't feel like this should be too hard, but in case you was wondering, you can transfer data to your PS5 console in the following ways. Press Start, right? Connect your PS4 console and your PS5 console to the same network. Connect your extended storage drive from your PS5 console to your PS5 console. Sign into your PS5 console with the account you created on your PS4 console. You can transfer data such as gaming, history, and trophies, as well as profile friend information. That last one feels weird way of explaining that you can simply sign into your PS5 account for people who aren't in the know, I guess. I don't know. And we did.
I guess the question is, what data are we wanting to transfer from your PS4 to PS5?
Nothing.
Is it just saves?
But if you're a PlayStation Plus
is it
subscriber,
actual game?
Like, what do you want to transfer anything? Like, is there anything you'd care?
Well, no, like if you could like actually transfer games across instead of having to download the entire thing again, that would be cool. But other than that, nothing. Yeah. Not too.
And you're trading in your console, aren't you?
Transferred.
No, you said you're giving it to your brother. So
yeah.
So you could transfer, I guess.
Yeah.
Games.
Are you going to back up your PS4?
No. What
PS4?
What am I backing up? Like, what's the?
I don't know. You never know.
What do I have to back? Look, this is the thing. I don't.
Again, maybe you can transfer the games across, so you don't have to download all of them. Or any ones you want to play, potentially.
But it'll take a couple of hours to download what I want. And what am I going to want to play? Like, if I'm playing Spider-Man as soon as I get home,
yeah,
like I can download stuff in the background. Like, what's the rush? Why am I worried? And as for like save files, if you have PlayStation Plus, your save files should always just be automatically.
Should, unless you're Kieran.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a fucking numpty. What is save files don't transfer. The feature wasn't turned on. He's like self-hacking himself to make his PlayStation worse. Because I know anytime I delete a game, I just quickly I don't think I even bothered checking. I just delete it. I'm like, whatever. Save file should be fine. The only thing I ever worry about doing is before I delete a game is I make sure to sync my trophies to make sure the platinum's synced or trophies are synced. That's a bad habit from PS3 days. Because in the PS3 days, you could delete a game and it's game data, and if you hadn't synced the trophies, you would delete the trophies. So there was. Do you remember that period of time where we didn't have? Did you have PlayStation when we had the PSN network down for like 8 months?
No,
but you know about this?
I came in. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've listened to kind of funny stuff. Not long after, I don't believe.
So that was some of the darkest months of my life because I was earning all these trophies, right? And platinums and whatever in that like 8-month period or whatever the hell it was. And living in a constant state of fear. And I kept thinking like, do I not play anything? Because I kept being so afraid that if I earn like a heap of trophies and my console crash or, like accidentally erase data or something, I was just fucked. It was like the worst PlayStation period of time ever. Crazy time. Other thing we got confirmed by all this is, in case you're wondering what's inside the PlayStation box, you get a PS5 console, you get a HDMI 2.1 cable. I feel that's important. Some people were wondering that. Do you get a HDMI 2.1 cable with the console? The answer is yes, you do, so that's nice to know. Materials, I assume that means a booklet of some sort or booklets of some sort.
Oh, hopefully.
The DualSense wireless controller, AC power cord, Astro's Playroom pre-installed, the base and a USB cable, which I assume is to charge your controller.
DualSense. Yeah.
So there you go. All right.
Also get tissue paper that's got the PlayStation logo all over it.
Which I'm definitely not going to keep as cool as it is.
So are you going to rip this box up? Is that your plan?
Let's hope so. Let's hope I can really annoy some people on Twitter or something. I don't know. It depends. Like, do I feel like being an asshole that day? I don't know. Like, am I just in a like? I feel like it's not like one of those fake videos where, like, say I drove past my EB and like chucked the box out and had stuff in it, and pretended it was like a console, I was just smashing. Like, that's an asshole move. But I feel like if I just rip the box up, and I'm not pretending I'm smashing the console, but I'm just ripping the box up, but people still get annoyed.
Yeah, because you can open it.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Are you going to keep your box? Are you a box keeper?
Yeah. I am a box keeper.
Like for everything or just...
Yeah, most of them.
Where do you keep all the boxes?
Under the bed, in the closet. Stacked up.
Yeah, see, I'm
pretty sure I've got my PS3 box somewhere in there.
That's fucking disgusting. So when I cleaned out my room a couple months ago, I had a heap of... I chuck out like most of my boxes. And I still had some boxes kept. And they were under my bed. And those things were like a dust fucking magnet. It was disgusting. So I'm never doing that again. Because it was horrible. They just collected dust.
But then all the dust is there. You don't have to... That's where it all goes. You don't have to worry about it.
That's not what I want to know. No, that's not what I care about knowing. So I reckon I will not keep the box. Why do I need the box? Why do you keep the boxes? What's the box keeping reason? Like,
I don't know.
You don't know?
OCD.
I mean,
what if you need the box for something?
But you don't like it.
What if I need to return it?
Like even when I trade in,
what if I need to hide? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so you don't even need the box. Like when I go trade in my console at EB Games, none of their like things you need is the box. You do not need the box. So, by the way, just as a side note, in case anyone's listening and they're planning on trading in their console, just so you're aware, you actually need, whenever you trade in consoles to EV Games, you actually need everything. And by everything I mean you need to include the controller, a controller with your console. You need to include the AC cable. You need to include the something else.
HDMI cable?
Sorry?
HDMI cable?
HDMI cable, that's
everything that was in the box?
Yes, it's everything in the box but the box. So you need a HDMI, you need the AC cable, you need a controller, and you need a PlayStation. That's it.
Do you need the
I don't think you
USB
need.
cable?
I don't think you need the charging cable. I think that's one thing you get away with. But I remember last time I traded in a console, I forgot to bring a HDMI, and they marked like $20 off what I would have got. And I could have brought like a $10 Woolworths fucking HDMI on the way in, take it out of the box, put it with the console, and it would have been fine. You know what I mean? You don't need the one that you actually got. You
came with you.
You just need to give them a HDMI. So you can go buy a cheap fucking HDMI, just give it to EB Games. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Or take the one that was plugged into your PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean,
unless it was a really good quality.
Yeah, unless it's a high quality one. You
get the shitty cruddiest.
Yes, get the shittiest one you have and trade it in. Yes, too true. That's exactly right. Which hopefully is the same deal when they have the PS5 because the 2.1 HDMI.
Oh, you're about to find out.
No, but I mean their trading policy. So like the 2.1 HDMI a good quality one will be quite expensive. But hopefully, if a couple years from now, if you're trying to trade in your PS5 for a PS5 Pro or some shit, that you can just go buy a cheaper quality HDMI 2.1 and keep the good quality one to trade in.
Is there a way to check
how good the quality is?
Yeah.
If you buy one off eBay that's like $5, just it's probably shit. Like if you can read
No, but
like on the
can the person at EB Games are they going to check the quality?
Yeah, if you look on the like the run
It's
of
written on it
the cord, it'll have the speed of the cord and like its plating and whatever else written there. So you can read what the type of HDMI cord it is, yeah. But they won't do that. They don't care. They won't care. They'll be like, have you got HDMI? Here it is. Cool. Tick. Off you go. Here's your money. But just as it's like
well, I mean,
PSA.
Maybe it depends on if they're selling it with that HDMI cable, and then a person comes and complain about.
I mean,
when they sell them at second hand, unless they put it on the box somewhere
that it's
your HDMI cable may not be
included. Yeah, I guess so. If I reckon because I've walked in EB Games before where they've had like the pre-owned consoles, and on the box it says like does not include HDMI, and I'm like, fuck, I'm now the cause of one of those because I didn't bring a HDMI when I traded in my PS4 for my PS4 Pro.
Someone's gonna have to spend an extra $5.
Really fucked them over.
I don't know. Was it marked down though? Was that box slightly cheaper than the other?
It's a good question. I never think to check, but
probably not.
Yeah, probably not though. They didn't give me as much, but they just charged the same amount to.
Yeah, that else. Sounds right.
Yeah. All right. So Travis Scott, love him as I said before. Fortnite loves it. So Variety writes, Travis Scott, PlayStation partner for creative collaboration. Travis Scott and PlayStation have announced a creative collaboration ahead of PlayStation 5's launch. Saying, quote, I'm super thankful and excited to be able to bring my strategic and creative vision to the rollout of such an iconic product, Scott said in a statement. I've always been a fan of PlayStation and the brand they've built, and this is another example of finding a partner who believes in and trusts Cactus Jack to execute their brand. This is just the beginning of an incredible partnership. In a video shared to Instagram, the rapper...
Wow, they're bringing out Mick Foley to...
No, in a video shared to Instagram, the rapper whose alter ego and business entity go by the Monkier Cactus Jack can be seen promoting the video game console, part of a multi-tiered deal including collaboration on a variety of currently unannounced initiatives spearheaded by PlayStation. So, what do we think? What do you reckon Travis Scott's... Is it just like some random marketing video, or like what's the... Do you think it's something a bit more? Like, obviously, Travis Scott's a hardcore gamer. He was in Fortnite.
Yes, maybe he's going to be in Sackboy. You can get a Travis Scott skin in Sackboy.
That's an I think that's blackface. I was like, so to say it, but I'll say it, yes. Just because he's a sack doesn't mean it's not racist. You know what I'm saying?
He could just be. It could just be the clothes and the dreadlocks.
Okay.
But
I mean, dreadlocks is cultural appropriation, but sure.
Sacks culturally appropriate.
I don't know if that's a truer thing, but nonetheless.
Oh, okay. So if the sack was black, black colored, it could have the dreadlocks. Is that what you're saying?
We're getting into really nitty gritty of weird scenarios where we're discussing if sacks can be racist, but sure. Travis Scott doing a PlayStation Cool promo video, releasing maybe closer to launch is what I'm expecting. Hopefully, that'll be cool. Like Travis Scott music, looking forward to it. Hopefully, there's a limited edition Travis Scott PlayStation 5, but has the sicko mode fucking art on the front.
Sicko mode.
Face
album
or whatever,
installed.
album front, yeah. Faceplates.
The album's installed and the art book is also installed.
Yep. Down for that. Do you remember on that PlayStation 5 UI video, they had a little music symbol there, which we're all assuming is just to like open up Spotify. But I found it quite interesting that there was a music thing like dead center on the UI. You know what I mean? Like front and center. Like music's an integral part of your console experience. So, don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have other apps, not just Spotify.
Yeah.
Even though they've been in partnership with Spotify.
What else? They're not going to have Apple Music. Google Music's dead.
Amazon. Pandora
Yeah, I mean maybe actually
in America.
I guess, yeah.
What's the one Jay-Z owns?
Tidal.
Yeah,
Isn't that dead too?
I don't know.
I think it's dead.
Again, I think it's probably bigger in America than it is here.
True.
Here it's just Spotify.
Talking about custom sicko mode faceplates. Press start writes the first custom PS5 faceplates have arrived and they look bloody nice. There's no sicko mode faceplates in the story. I'm sorry to set everyone up for disappointment. So Shannon writes PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. Well, I auto corrected in my head. PlayStation 5 has created the first of unofficial PS5 faceplates. This comes off the back of the PS5 teardown that confirmed that the PS5 faceplates would easily snap off. They're suggesting that they'll be ready to ship on either November 12th or before and will come in matte black, cherry red, chromatic silver, indigo blue, and jungle camo. Honestly, I'd happily take out 5 of these and snap onto my PS5. Blah, 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 blah. They'll each set you back 56 Australian dollars. They have worldwide shipping. There's a couple of pictures, including the article. Of course, you can go look at it in the description of the video. From the old links for news stories mentioned always in the description. Personally, and I could get down for the red or like the black, but I feel like if I'm making my console black again, I feel like I'm being rather boring. You know what I mean? Like it's just going back to normal. But if I had to pick a color I liked out of the ones included here, I would say red. Could you see yourself paying 50? We talked previously and we were estimating like $70 if Sony was selling them. So is 56 Australian dollars by like a third party person making a faceplate something that interests you or no?
Maybe. I don't know if I'd just get plain colors though.
You want like Spider-Man or some shit.
Yeah, I want some sort of design, even though I'm barely going to look at it, likely. Something. I will say it was very amusing to me when it first got announced. A lot of people were tweeting at the initial tweet saying it was a scam and people should be careful.
Why? Why do people say this?
People thought it was a scam. Don't spend your $50 on a faceplate for something that you got no idea how it's going to fit. How did they get their dimensions for the faceplate?
One fell off the back of a truck. Something like that.
They slipped a 50 to somebody in China.
Honestly, I reckon if you look in the right places on the internet, you could find the dimensions for this ship by now pretty easily. Like if you were actually looking for this information, you could probably find like stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So over at Press Start, they also write, here are the PS5 streaming apps that will be there day one. So this is more important for you, as we previously discussed, because you use your console as a media hub. So day one, apps, Apple TV, Disney Plus, Netflix, Spotify, Twitch, and YouTube. 4 of these apps will have their own button on the PS5 remote. We previously talked about this, which are Netflix, YouTube, Disney Plus, and Spotify. Well, there's a Spotify. Additionally, streaming apps that are coming to PS5 include Amazon Prime Video, MyCanal, Hulu, Peacock. Well, that's not here, but in terms of Australian media apps, we'll need to wait for more confirmation to see. But they write they're assuming we'll get KO, Binge, 10play, 7 Plus, 9 Now. We'll all have apps, hopefully on day one. Anything stand out, like sorely missing from your, like what you would want to watch on your PS5?
Obviously, Stan. I think any of the major streaming services, I feel like, of the ones off the top of my head that I use the most, obviously, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Stan, YouTube, then probably like Anime Lab or Crunchyroll, but I suspect both of them would likely come to PS5 as well. Things I'd like to see, obviously, that weren't on PS4. Stuff like probably like Shudder or Binge or KO, and DocPlay. I think a lot of the maybe smaller streaming services. Hopefully, it's easier. SBS on demand. If they can come back, that'd be great.
What happened to that?
I don't know. I think they just decided it's too difficult to
keep it up to date.
Update. Hopefully, I'd like a better version of ABC iView. That'd be useful. Yeah, the more streaming services available, the better. So hopefully, it's easy enough to make apps for and cost effective.
Yeah, I think Stan's the only one I could think of, but
Fight would be another good one to get on PS.
will they ever add?
Although I feel like that might be idiot's own lunch.
Yeah, because so obviously I pay for AEW on Fight.
Well, they only have like a couple of events.
So the PlayStation Store sells the pay-per-views.
Yeah,
but they don't sell the weekly shows.
And there's a bunch of other
stuff like indie wrestling shows and like boxing or whatever the fuck else. Yeah, so I don't know. Kind of why not?
Just let them put everything on there.
Yeah, just put everything.
Thank you.
I still find it interesting Disney Plus is like one of the
key ones.
I mean, I suppose they've got the money to just be like, hey, we should be on the... Because I guess like...
Well, Disney Plus came out and was the first... They shifted it to be the first thing that you could choose from, you know?
But like with the remote, there's no way someone's sitting there going, let's think of the top 4 things that people want the most. Surely the remote is who's going to pay the money to have their stuff or who we're partnering with to have...
No. I reckon it was more which 4 things have been used the most.
Do you reckon it's actually... Interesting.
Other than Spotify, I feel like Spotify was added because...
They wanted one music thing? They just want one music thing?
Yeah.
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 So interesting stuff happened over the past week. So a bunch of PS4 games have got updates. So Eurogamer writes, PlayStation 4 loading times are improved as patches all but remove loading screens in first-party games. A new patch has reportedly improved the loading times of first-party games, including The Last of Us Remastered and Until Dawn, as spotted by our friends at VGC. While previously it could take over a minute in the initial loading screen of Tulu to load, reports now show that loading has been cut to just 14 seconds. Until Dawn, on the other hand, has seen its loading screen all but eradicated entirely. Other first-party titles like God of War have also seen their load times reduced, reportedly due to a new compression system that's thought to have been introduced in preparation for backwards compatibility on Sony's upcoming console PS5. It's also been speculated by some that this tech may have been quietly utilized in development of Ghost of Tsushima 2. Which is an interesting...
As well, instead of Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Yeah, no, yes. So, like, what they're saying is Ghost of Tsushima, in case you didn't play it, anyone listening, that game has ridiculously fast load times for an open world
Admittedly,
game.
they hide it a little bit.
I mean, like what? But you can open up map, click like fast travel, and it's like 1, 2, you're there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I was thinking like of dying.
No,
they
like
hide it a little bit by having a slow death sequence.
Yeah, I mean, they hide the loading there, but I mean, the fast travel in open world games has usually been the longest thing. And obviously, in like Spider-Man, if you fast travel on the subway, they hide it by having the cutscene where he's sitting on the train. That's how they hit the load times. But there was still like 10, 15 seconds sometimes to travel between places. And often I would never just fast travel because I'm like, I'll just swing there because A, it's fun, and B, it's fucking probably as fast just to swing across the city. But yeah, it that would add up, and I find that quite interesting if that is actually the whole story of as to why this has happened. Because then that leads to a lot of other interesting questions of, have they only discovered this tech because of PS5? Is this something they were just they were always researching new tech to get load times down? And you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many, like, how, why have they only just got cut down now? I don't know. It's so weird. And it's also weird. Like, it's going to lead to some mixed messaging, I feel, also. You know, if people being like, why do I need a next-gen console if the load times are slower now? It's like, well, they said the load times are slower. They're not defeated entirely. Oh, it's apart from Until Dawn, apparently, but yeah. What do you make of this? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, it's good across the board. Lower load times, the better. You know? I assume one of the Sony worldwide studios was doing, like, implementing this for everything. Because I can't imagine, like, Supermassive have gone back and
updated, yeah,
done an update for Until Dawn. But, you know,
I mean, like,
whatever works, yeah. And if it helps them run even better on PS5, even better.
So, like, the video that was linked in the Eurogamer's story. So, for example, it has, like, they boot up The Last of Us, like, new game. It takes 15 seconds for it to boot into a new game. before the patch, it took 1:30. They do another example where they load a save file. It takes 14 seconds to load into the save file, and it takes 1:40 or something like that for it to load before patch. Like it's not just like a small increase; it's absolutely insanity. The increase of load times. I don't know. I'm utterly impressed. I don't know what else to say. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, obviously they're just introducing things they've learnt over the last however many years since those.
Why couldn't they have learnt this earlier?
Oh, maybe they've obviously learnt them over the last few years, but they felt like now's the best time to patch them to past games in the lead up to PS5, where potentially people could play them backwards compatibly.
Yeah. It's interesting. And obviously it's only first party titles. But
yeah.
You got to wonder if we'll start seeing third party games being patched closer to the PS5 release date. You know, like maybe then we'll see.
Maybe if they felt it was worthwhile. Like maybe things released in the last year or two.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking some of the
well, even that stuff there's probably all fine, so.
Well, I mean, like, there's like, I was just thinking like big games that people love, like The Witcher, right? So The Witcher 3, one of this generation's most loved games, doesn't have exactly.
Some would call it the game of the generation.
Some would call it game of the generation. Doesn't have the most elegant load times, to put it that way. So, you know, like,
yeah.
If you fast travel in that game, you're probably, I don't know, probably sitting there like 30, 40 seconds sometimes, I feel, but I haven't played it for a while, but, you know, I don't know. Interesting. We shall see. Talking about a little camera doohickey, an update on that, by the way. So PlayStation Lifestyle writes, PlayStation camera adapter for PS5 packaged in new PlayStation VR bundles in Japan. PlayStation VR works with the PlayStation 5, saying it's confirmed for blah, 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 blah. We know all this. You need the fucking adapter. If you don't have the adapter, you're fucked. Anyway, we still don't know how we're getting the adapter, but on the Japanese PlayStation blog, they showed off 2 brand new PlayStation VR bundles that are at least coming at Japan. They may be coming to other parts of the world. We don't know. But the bundle does include the doohickey. You can get the little camera doohickey that you need to be able to use the PlayStation 4 camera with the PlayStation 5. It's going to be bundled in with PlayStation VR going forward, which obviously when I read this, I was like, yes, that seems like a smart decision for Sony
smart thing
to have made. Yeah.
Pull all your ones off the shelf at the moment and include the doohickey in them.
Yes.
Going forward.
Make life easier. Because imagine that. I never really thought about that until after I read this article. I was like, wait, that is a good point.
Someone's buying a PSVR this Christmas.
Exactly. Imagine people buying PSVRs, not really thinking about it, getting home and then being like,
it
what?
Doesn't plug into my PS5.
Yeah. How do I get the doohickey?
That's fine. I'll just use my PS5 camera. Oh, no, it doesn't work.
You know, the funny thing is, like Jeff Keighley and all these other people get in the PlayStation 5 camera. I know what the fuck they're doing with it. It's basically just for streaming. Unless they're like going to be streaming soon. You know what I mean? I want the testing.
Just Dance?
Oh, that's a very good point.
Clearly that was included as one of the games that they got sent.
Well, maybe it was.
You could see yourself playing Just Dance in 4K.
Calm down. Let's not go too crazy. Update on Silent Hills. So VG247 writes, those Silent Hill PS5 reboot rumors are reportedly credible. But funny thing about this news story is it's ripping a quote from a Kind of Funny podcast, which I was listening to right before my drive home today. They wrote, those rumors about new Sony-made Silent Hill might be a bit more on the money than previously thought. That's according to Kind of Funny's Imran Khan, who recently said on the podcast those reports are credible. Saying, quote, if Sony's also making a Silent Hill, which we don't know they are, those are just rumors, I just assume that Sony's not part of it, Kojima's project, if they're making a separate Silent Hill-like game, but who knows? The industry's been weirder than that. That being said, he does say that he doesn't have direct knowledge of what the developers rumored to be working on the new Silent Hill are actually doing. He just said, I think the rumors are credible, and I know that the people who are rumored to be involved in Silent Hill are working on something. I just want to check my...
The news report is somebody said that the rumors could be credible.
he said the news report's focusing on him saying that he knows the people he knows the team that is rumored to have been working on Silent Hills is working on something. He just doesn't know if it's actually Silent Hills. Is what the news story. I just want to say, because I usually dodge all these Silent Hill stories because they've been like a lot over the last year, I feel. I pulled this one out solely so I can say on the record that I've seen enough. I'm officially siding with them. I should put on record that after seeing months and months and months of these fucking rumors, and initially I thought, there's no fucking way that Sony has worked out some deal where they can get that exclusive Silent Hills game, whatever. I'm like, there's no way. I've just seen too many rumors and people talk about it at this stage to the stage it's kind of indoctrinated me. I'm now a believer. The Silent Hills PlayStation exclusive is real. I believe.
I mean, it makes sense. Especially, I feel like in the wake of Xbox buying a couple of big studios, I feel like Sony's plan going forward is probably to get exclusive properties, not necessarily own the studio who's making them, or exclusive IPs, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's probably cheaper, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would assume anyway, right?
Cost effective.
I mean, yeah. The reason I didn't believe in it so long is because I'm like, that means Konami cooperated, with someone. It doesn't matter who it is or what it is, but it's like Konami.
Well, I think Konami like this thing called money, so.
That's true. Nate, no! I tell you what, Ash. Can we start this segment? It's a bit of a meme. Bit of a joke. No one's laughing now. What are the two of the most talked about stories of the week? Fucking Uncharted movie-related news. And you're listening to the first and only podcast to start a Uncharted movie update segment. We've been here since the beginning, and now we're here as the shit's kicking off. Stuff's starting to move. Yeah. People are starting to get excited and invested in the Uncharted movie. Yours here. Thank you, listeners, for being along for the ride. So this week's news, massive. We have two things. We have a photo from Mr. Thomas Holland in full costume as Nathan Drake. First time we've seen full, proper Nathan Drake picture. And I mean, other than people saying the whole, he doesn't have his shirt half tucked in or whatever like Drake does, looks like Drake to me. Looks pretty much like Drake. What are you making of it?
I mean, yeah, it's a believable younger version of the Drake that we know and love from the 4 games. So. I mean, yeah, he looks good. Looks better than I was anticipating, and more like him than I was anticipating.
I feel like it's not. I think the key thing,
the long sleeve V-neck shirt, I
think the key thing I took away from it was that they are making him actually just look like Drake from the games. They're not doing a full. Compared to Monster Hunter recently,
yes,
they're following at least the golden path. Characters are going to look like characters we know. Don't have to worry too much about that. Now,
well, I think the first set photo that we saw was them in tuxedos and stuff. So
yeah, left questions up.
I feel like there was some question marks and that kind of stuff. Obviously, that coinciding with a set visit from Nolan North, the voice of Drake. It's cool. A good rollout of these first set photos, I feel like.
Now, yes. So, A, Nolan North visiting, cool. B, don't know if it should be happening. He's definitely doing a cameo, is what he's definitely doing. But
he's got to be, yeah. Well, I think Greg Miller from Kind of Funny mentioned that he's wearing the same outfit that Drake wore in the tech demo, whatever.
Oh, really?
He was wearing a similar shirt to that.
That's some.
So whether that's an in joke.
I suppose it could be, yeah. I mean, you can have Nolan North cameo. He does do live action stuff every now and then. Did you ever watch Haven back in the day?
No.
So Haven starred Emily Rose, right? And there was an episode when Nolan North was he played the main character for that episode, like guest role.
Guest role.
Yeah, so like because Haven, for people who don't know, is like set in this town called Haven. It kind of had a monster of the week scenario where each episode there was like someone else with it, like a weird power or some freaky shit was happening or whatever. And like they'd go investigate. Anyway, Nolan North played the one key character in that, which I remember sitting there watching back in the day. I think this was like when Uncharted 3 came out, or like around that time. Maybe just before Uncharted 3 or maybe just after. But even then, that was kind of like here they are. They're not playing the characters, but, you know, I'm watching it like, Jake, Lena, hi. It's weird, but there they are. So,
yeah.
He has done live action stuff, so well adds up. And of course, the second thing we saw was a very weird Mark Wahlberg video where he has a mustache. Is the key.
He has a mustache.
Takeaway.
Don't effing ask.
Yeah, the video.
Just don't effing ask.
The video's just him saying, "Don't
ask. Don't fucking ask.
Don't effing ask." He says. I had to double check. He didn't.
In his Boston accent.
Yeah, he doesn't actually say fuck. He censors himself, which I feel is important. I guess I don't know. That mustache is terrible. It's what. Like
it's fine. They fix them with CGI, so it's all good.
Is that what they do? Because I don't think that worked out so well for Superman. So
I don't know. I don't think it looks that bad. Maybe it'll look better with proper lighting and everything.
Yeah, I mean, lighting and like not having the camera. He's holding it like someone who doesn't know how to
5 centimeters away from you.
Yeah,
I suspect. Sorry to break the illusion, but that's probably makeup and hairstyling. It's a fake mustache.
It's a fake mustache. It is 100% a fake mustache. That's why it looks so bad. I'll give you this. Like,
I mean, it could be a real one and look that bad.
At the start of the video where he's like leaning back, it doesn't look as bad. It's when he gets closer that I'm like, that looks like nearly someone just drew on your face with a black marker. So, like, that's kind of how bad it looks.
We don't know. It could be like a makeup test or whatever. I doubt he's going to have the mustache for the entire film.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. I reckon for some reason they'll come up with an excuse to get rid of it. Because with that tuxedo screen set photo that we saw, he didn't have a mustache.
That's
in that.
True, I guess. I think that's going to annoy people if he doesn't have a mustache. Like if Sully doesn't have a mustache, I feel like that's going to.
Or like he'll start it with no mustache, and then by the end of the film, there'll be like a jump cut. He'll have a mustache.
Yeah.
So for the next one, he'll be mustachioed.
I was just clicking for a couple of his Instagram videos, and yeah, he no signs of any facial hair on Mark Wahlberg. So it's like either A, he doesn't have one for the majority of the movie, or B, he's only just like maybe he's not in it as much as we thought, and he's only just started properly filming with them.
Listen, the film opens with him with his mustache, but it's a torture sequence.
Wow.
And the torturer is pulling hairs out one by one. And we come to Drake, him saving him, and he's got half a mustache.
That's okay.
So get rid of all of it to start fresh.
Spoiled the movie for everyone. I hope you're happy. Well, that's it. That's your Uncharted movie update. That's it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion.
Why didn't you say Nate no?
Nate, no, I did say no when I opened the segment.
No, why didn't Mark Wahlberg say
true,
Nate
because
no?
he's not in. He's not a gamer. He's a fake gamer. You know, fake gamer, Marky Mark. That's it. Ooh, what? Why? What? Why? No. By the way, shout out to all the people in the comment section who are just pointing out like it's a fucking Boogie Nights sequel where he's fucking back again. Anyway, follow us on Twitter by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter. You can suggest topics or send in questions for the show. Join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. Email us, mail@explosionnetwork.com, subject line Platinum Explosion. Until next week, remember that next week is the final episode before Next Generation is here.
No, that's not true.
It's true. Like, if you think for a second I'm releasing an episode on the Wednesday before the console's release, and I'm not just going to wait, Ash. You're finding it out live right now on air that we're definitely pushing that episode. All right, so that would be silly. That would be ridiculous. Next week's episode is the last one before next gen. The week after that, I'm just announcing and telling Ash and you all listening now, will be delayed because
live reacts,
there's fucking no reason. Yeah, there's no way I'm not just going to want to do an episode.
Thought we'd just put like a filler.
Yeah, no, fuck. Until next week, remember that every trophy counts. Boy. Hey, don't forget you can subscribe to the show wherever you're currently listening, and you can drop a review if you can. Find more great shows like this and more content over at explosionnetwork.com, and please consider supporting us for as little as $1 over on our Ko-fi page by heading to explosionnetwork.com/support. Thanks for listening.